Hi, I'm going to talk you through using the Team Corally Smart Box for tuning and making all the adjustments. I use a Team Corally Cerix 160 Pro 160 amp. So I'm still learning. I started RC nearly 35 years ago. Raced on and off for years, bashed on and off for years, all sorts of models. Flown planes. I fly drones for a living as well. But some of this technology, because I've been out of the loop on these for 6 or 7 years, is quite different to what I'm used to. So I'm trying to help you, and you guys and girls can help me as well when I get stuck. So this cable comes with your ESC, your Corally ESC. Don't lose it. It looks like a big binding cable for those of you that know what they are. But you need that for connecting your smart box, which again, unfortunately, you have to buy separately. Make sure you get your negatives and your signal cables the right way round. Yep, in there. And again, doing the same in the ESC. Make sure you plug in so it can be seen the right way round. This is a Team Associated RC10 B6.2, by the way, with a Corally 7.5 brushless motor in. So the first thing you need to do, standard USB lead, connect that into your smart box, the other end into your laptop or your computer. Possibly works off a tablet, didn't try. Then go to the Corally website, and then you need to search out and download the exe file for the software for updating the firmware on this. Unfortunately, the instructions that came in my box don't even have a link to it, don't have a QR code to it. It would have been quite handy to have a QR code on the box or in the instructions that go to that. So if I remember, in the links below, I'll put a link to it so you guys can find it. So you update the firmware to the latest firmware. So I've done that. Then, once you're plugged in, power on, switch the ESC on. Once you've got the ESC on, you then come up with the choice of what you can do. This smart box is quite cool. You can check your lipos, you can check how your servos are working. It's good, it's good. So an ESC setting, obviously you've got your exit up and down for selecting up and down on here, and your enter. So from there, press enter. Motor direction, keep in mind standard. That's how I've got it set now. And you can scroll down through. What I do find annoying is when this scrolls across, it's actually quite difficult to read sometimes. I don't know if it's going to show up well on the video or not, but to the eye it goes a bit blocky, and it's not expensive this, but it could have been a bit better and a bit clearer for me. Maybe it's just my old eyesight. You guys let me know what you think. So, motor overheat protection. So I've got mine set to high. In the UK here, we rarely get days hot enough. If you're racing in the US or some of the European countries or Oz, whether you get much higher running heats, you're probably going to need your cooling fan on the motor as well, and set your cut-off temp a bit lower. Just helps protect your circuitry. You know, you've invested your time, your money, setting it up, getting it how you want it, and yes, it can shut down mid-race, but it's better to do that than to lose all your gear or smoke it or flame it, I think is the term nowadays. So you work your way through all the terms. Now, what I'm finding confusing, and again I'm hoping you lot can help me, is I've also bought a new radio. Because as I say, I'm literally just building up to return to racing. I've gone for the Sanwa MT44. that's through using reviews. I've used Firmware gear years and years ago. I like it. I like the fact the receivers, that you can have them aerial-less. But you can set drag brakes through this and drag brakes on your ESC. And I don't know how much I need to balance one against the other, or whether I just use the ESC or just use the controller. So if somebody could let me know, that would be a huge help, thank you. And then maybe I can cover that in another video and spread the word and let you lot know as well. So I've found a setting online for racing on carpet and Astro, for a rough guide for setting this up. Again, if I remember, I'll put a link to it below. That's given me a starting point. In the UK here, the local tracks I have are either AstroTurf outside or indoors carpet. We don't have many dirt tracks for 1/10 scale in the UK nowadays, or certainly not locally where I am anyway. Not for the racing. For bashing, yeah, but not for the racing. But I do go out and bash on this, not heavily, not to break it, but just to get my thumbs back, or used to be thumbs, get my fingers back in on the controls nowadays. Because I fly drones and that is all thumbs, I didn't want to mix thumb control on that with thumb control on this. So I've gone to steering wheel, which I used to race touring cars and micro buggies years ago. So we'll see how we get on. So you work your way through. I just wish that Team Corally, I really like their stuff. I use their stuff on and off for years. But it's a shame that they're not able to keep up with the likes of Hobbywing, where you can plug in a Wi-Fi module, go straight to your phone, and you've got the settings on an app on your phone, and you can change all the settings on the app on your phone. The LiPo charger I have, new for this, the Sky RC. It's the equivalent of 2 chargers, so it's like splitting this in half, as you can independently charge each side and balance on it. This is brilliant. It has an app, free app, that you go to your phone, you can watch and monitor and fully control the charging of whatever batteries you've got on here, on your phone, on the app. It's nice and stable, it's easy to use. I just wish Corally could afford to do something, or maybe somebody can help them build one. An app with a Wi-Fi module that plugs in, and then we can do it easier. This, to me, is really clunky. This is like something out the 1990s. We're 30 years on from that. I've been racing and there was stuff like this, basic stuff with LEDs and basic readouts 20-30 years ago. So come on, Corally, sort it out for us. Help some of us. Okay, so any problems, any questions, again, drop me a question below. Hopefully I can start knocking out some videos for you guys. I'm going to start vlogging how my return to racing does or doesn't go. I've got quite a few ideas. If you guys have got ideas of what you want to know, again, drop me a line, let me know. I'm going to be covering the basics of what's required to go to a club meet. If you want to get a bit more competitive, what you may need, what you don't need, how you can save money, always important, how you team up with friends, get the help. You know, it's all, the advice is out there, it's not necessarily in one place. I'm hoping to bring in some information about how you'd go racing from people that are possibly returning to the RC world. I see a lot of people on the forums saying that they used to have a grasshopper or a Tamiya lunchbox or a hot shot when they were kids, and now they've grown up, they've got a bit of money, they want to get into racing, but they don't really know where to start, and it's a real hodgepodge of info. So I'm hoping I can build up some of that info for you guys and girls, and you can choose what you do with it, but the info's going to be there. Okay, stay safe in these strange times, enjoy the weather, and I hope you get back racing soon.